So let me show you what is now flying over the OVITT Family Community Library, and that's because I have migrated. And this is hovering. This has nothing to do with the airport as well. This is targeting where I'm at, and this is a chain of. These are the gang stalking terrorists that want to be officers of the court. They're demon possessed. They're already dead. They're gang stalking by working at the OVITT Family Community Library. The living dead that are gang stalking an engineer light that they're marching in, pacing. This is impulsive light activity, which is not caused by the street lamps, okay? That's gang stalking. That's in sync with the demons that are pacing in planes. That's the same OVITT Family Community Library that committed kidnapping on June 16, 2022 with the same city of Ontario. You're going to federal prison for that. There is no statute of limitations, especially while you're still seeing them gang stalking. The timing with regard to pacing in planes and timing with regard to patrolling, pacing on the in relevant position in the specific environment, they work under the fake sun where it's rising and setting. This is the city of Ontario that is gang stalking with their co-defendant Tracy Banks. The city of Ontario targeting with regard to any city that I'm at. That's how the entity is keeping the fake sun in Monrovia, California. When Monrovia police, the city of Ontario is engaging in the same exact pattern of conduct where the fake sun's remaining over OVITT Family Community Library from sunrise to sunset, and also Courtyard by Marriott at 700 West Huntington in Monrovia, California. That's the specific environment. And those are gang stalking city employees that are targeting as demons, who are also engaging in what is an egregious sex offense. They're stalking all day long with the government that's maintaining a fake sun over this library, and you just witnessed them stalking in concert with the stalking using commercial planes, all right? This is P.O.C. It's currently 9:14 p.m., and this is ongoing terrorism that's underway inside of the library all day long. As you're looking at those demons that are working in the library, they also engage in what is obstruction of justice, and it's all over the internet. And this is, again, the entity that's not engaging in an investigation. This is the unlawful threat to my life that Jason Isaac Fields, this is nothing other than a ghetto thug who's from downtown San Bernardino, who came from nothing, and he steals and engages in sex in order to come up in his life. And he had sex with my mother, and he thought that he was going to be successful in plotting against me with this high school graduate who is hypersexual. And I'm referring to Tracy Banks, my mother. She's a gang stalking mother, and that's why those two got together. And I want to be clear, this is relevant to the criminal conduct that I'm subject to now, while the government is targeting me and doing so with regard to the people of the state. That's what Tracy Banks and Jason Isaac Fields represents. But Jason Isaac Fields is also working for the government. He is no friend of mine. There are no conversations. There have never been any conversations regarding any paperwork, him having any sort of authority over any property belonging to me. He's in no position to represent my interests. As you can clearly see, the body of evidence and my history and my training speaks to the fact that I will represent myself if there's something that I knew that need to be represented. The entity kept property from me. The entity maintained fake court hearings while gang stalking me the whole time with a bunch of demons. Okay? And this is the entity that is going to be subject to a federal prosecution. 8YGF 540, 9ETT 910. These are the gang stalking City of Ontario employees. Stalking while the entity flies over the Ontario OVITT Family Community Library where the fake sun rises and sets. License 9NZY005. You're witnessing impunity. You're witnessing mental illness psychopaths that engage in the pattern of conduct with no sense of concern whatsoever. That's not innocent. You're witnessing demon-possessed gang stalking, a system that is embedded into society, and you're dealing with the living dead. Those are demons. This is, again, 215 EC Street. The Ontario International Airport is at what is 2500 Airport Drive. And the two terminals where the entity is engaging what is unpublished flight, and the entity is stalking as I am at the entrance, flying over the 280 North Lemon Apartments. As you'll recall, while I'm at the entrance, the entity is never flying over the OVITT Family Community Library. They're flying over the library because I'm in the parking lot, stalking as I am stalking, remaining on this side of my person. As I walk north up the street, the entity is stalking with commercial planes. These are employees of the OVITT Family Community Library. License plate 8LES 597, 8KWX152. Those are gang stalking employees of the OVITT Family Community Library, and they've been monitoring my vagina all day long. Those are the demons that are stalking while the entity is maintaining helicopter activity, plane activity, and the fake sun over this specific venue. And those are the demons this entity's been engaged in repeatedly kidnapping with the Ontario police that's routinely gang stalking using helicopters at this venue where the fake sun rises and sets. This is the system of psychological torture and ongoing harassment and terrorism in concert with what is ongoing witchcraft, the psychological warfare aspect that you do not see, while terrorists like Jason Isaac Fields abuse their government position, rely on the criminal conduct of the city of Ontario, the state of California, to then defame me in the courts, seeking to steal property from me. 7HSP 508. This is the evidence that's putting all of these terrorists in federal prison. Jason Isaac Fields has been lying from the beginning. He's nothing other than a common criminal. He's a fraud. He's literally a lowlife. He literally is only working for the federal government because he is engaged. He is somebody whose name I used to know. Oh, you know Erica Spencer, and that'll get you an opportunity where the state is targeting me. That's why. And he's abusing that position, and the government is trying to protect him while I remain subject to gang stalking. I'm going to prosecute for that. I'm going to prosecute the federal agency. I'm going to prosecute because this is not an investigation. The entity, and I'm documenting on a daily basis a ceaseless, ongoing pattern of conduct where there is no legitimate investigation. It's the same criminal pattern of conduct. And there's no secrets here. It's on the internet. So the entity that's engaging in claiming that there's an investigation, no, there's not. There's also no airport where you're taking off over here behind the library. This is stalking by the Ontario International Airport. And like I said, you're not coming from 2500 hovering over. And this is the entity that is stalking, veering, flying over in this way, just like they are on Euclid Avenue, just like they are at Economy Inn when they're stalking under the fakes. What the entity is doing in concert with the demons that are driving out, pacing around me together in Engineer Light. This is P.O.C. All right, this is Engineer Light, the gang of shadows that you hear. That you could see here. This is the pattern of conduct. These are demons. And Tracy Banks is a demon, and so is her sex partner, Jason Isaac Fields. They're demons. This is a demonic system. This is what demons do. They sacrifice American citizens. They worship money. They have sex rituals on money. This is the entity that's engaged in pedophilia. Okay? These are pedophiles that are engaging in this particular system, and this is relevant to the federal imprisonment of Jason Isaac Fields, and justice requires it. He is no friend of mine. He's no representative of mine. He's no contact of mine. He is literally a stranger. He was left in the dust like every other third party targeting me. I have not seen his face since 2018. He is only associated now because he's been having sex with my mother. That's it. It is currently 9:19 p.m. This is P.O.C. at the OVITT Family Community Library.